We live. Welcome back, all you beautiful people, to the We Got Action podcast. This is going to be episode 58 coming at y'all, and we finally did it.
We got all four of us.
Finally did it.
One,
It only took
two,
a week
three,
off to
four.
get everybody together. Okay, and we got quite an NFL heavy episode, I would say. Again,
Right around the corner.
Yeah, that's basically what we've all been waiting for. Got one preseason down, two more to go. And then the season starts. We got a pretty good list here. And then we're going to talk about some James Harden fiasco. Obviously, that's probably the biggest news at the NBA over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, Porzingis today announced he has plantar fasciitis.
Oh,
yep.
So
yeah,
actually,
so
that is
Joakim. That killed Joakim for like a season and a half.
Yeah, it could be big for the Celtics, but we'll have to see what it actually ends up meaning.
And then we've got an honest debate. This is something I'm posing, in my opinion, an honest debate between the NL MVP.
I actually got one more additional name for that list that I felt was very disrespectful that you left out. Oh yeah, 100%.
Hey, save it. Let's do it.
I know I'm saving it, but it's fine. I found that very disrespectful. Let's get into it.
Okay,
I'm
like,
like,
I can think of. Is it Mookie? It might be Mookie. It's not Mookie.
Don't worry about it.
it's gonna be one.
He said, "Don't worry about it."
It's gonna be one.
He said, "Don't worry about it."
Okay, NFL.
Yeah,
we're
starting
going
out
with
spicy, baby.
We're gonna start with. I'm gonna go to the bottom one first because I think it's the most relevant. It's more news based. Between some big running backs. Obviously, it was probably 2 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago was the announced Kamara suspension, 3 games to start the season. And then the newer news is the two bigger free agents, Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott. Dalvin Cook joins the Jets. Obviously, we know Breece Hall is out for. Did they have a timetable yet? I mean, I know he got hurt.
I would assume at least like the first month, but now this is the opportunity to actually let him get fully healthy and caught back up to speed. But it was that's a great signing in my opinion. But
same, I like it a lot.
And then obviously Zeke joins the Pats, which I think is also a good signing.
Yeah, I mean it kind of they're just redoing what they did last year a little bit with someone who's probably a little bit more of a weapon than Damian Harris.
Yeah, that's true. At least more versatile.
Yeah.
So what do we think about that?
Breece Hall just got activated.
Oh, that's right. So my question for the whole thing was which is a bigger year? I'm not asking like who has a bigger year, but what year
impact?
Who is this year more important for in terms of, you know what I mean? I kind of worded reading that back. I kind of worded that poorly in the text.
I took it as who's going to just have the best year.
I meant like
I was on the same page.
Is more like who needs to have a bigger year?
Yeah, like
who kind of save their career. You know what I mean?
I think that's pretty easy. I think it's Dalvin.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's Dalvin because going to a new team, this team is pretty much all set in all areas. Really, defense is great. They got their quarterback now. They have weapons on the offensive side of the ball at wide receiver. They at least got 3 to 4 wide receivers deep from your top and Garrett Wilson all the way going down to even Randall Cobb and Allen Lazard. You have weapons there. You got a decent tight end. Now you filled that running back spot. Now the fact that he's going to get, at least we assume that he's going to probably get bulk of the carries, maybe most of the season, depending on how effective he may be until Breece Hall does come back. But I think if he has a great year this year, maybe another 1,000 yards, especially through the air as well, with Aaron Rodgers loving to do those dump off passes, he can set himself up for a bigger contract and show that no matter what system I'm in, I'm important to that team. And I think he's going to have a big impact. So I would say for him, it's going to definitely be him out of these three for sure.
Okay.
I am on a different page. I think Zeke is at that point in his career where a lot of people are this is like, if he doesn't show anything this year, he might not be signed. Dalvin can have a bad year and he'll still be signed by somebody else next year.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
A bad year?
Yeah, as long as it's not like
what if it's
injury riddled. Injuries could derail, but again, I can still see a team taking a flyer on him next year. Whereas Zeke, I think if he doesn't show that he still has something in the tank, this could legitimately be his last year in the league. So for me, I think Kamara, both Kamara and Dalvin will have years left in the NFL, whether it be journeyman bouncing around or finding a team and because I mean, Dalvin just had a great year as well.
Yeah,
It was his worst year in what, 4
Yep.
years, and he still had a great year.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not like he's a bad player. He was a cap casualty and a casualty of this whole anti-running back market,
Right,
that
yeah.
evolution that
Agreed.
we've been talking about here for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Zeke's a casualty of his own ability. Kamara's a casualty of his own actions. So, and game script last year. But, when he was used in the 2 games he got usage last year, he popped off. Kamara did.
That's true.
As well.
Yeah.
So to me, Zeke just needs to prove that he still has something. He can still contribute to an NFL team and, be a positive guy. Otherwise, he's going to be a mid-season injury replacement signing for somebody and then play half a season, and that's it.
I also think it's important to look at the situations that these 3 guys are in. Like AK is still the guy, Cook is being brought in to be the guy, and Zeke is brought in as
a complement,
a tandem.
Yeah, he's going to be the punch it in from the one guy.
And the thing is too about New Orleans, they got 4 running backs now. Like, it's going to be
including Taysom Hill or no?
I don't know what I don't know. Last year, last year was kind of just a messy year for him compared to like what we've seen in general. Yeah, but I mean, I would have gone Zeke as second, but I don't know. I just feel like kind of the writing's on the wall already for Zeke and what he had. So I do agree with you. You know what I mean? Because has the offensive line in New England been great? Defined? Yeah, I think his is like more defined no matter what, because we already know he's at that age of 28, 29 years old already going into the season. He's on his last leg. I think for him, even if he has, obviously he's not going to have 1,000-yard season, in my opinion. That's just not going to happen with Bill Belichick, because it's going to be running back by committee. But I think if he has another, at least, let's say 750, but it's effective, and especially if he's able to do some damage through the air and get some receiving yards that way, I would probably give him maybe at least like 2 more years in the league. But I don't think next year, though. I think he'll be on, obviously, New England this year, but I think the following year it'll be just a journeyman from that point on for him, unfortunately. But just have to wait and see.
Isaac, are you on the same boat with Zeke?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with the Zeke is because, like we just said, like, to me, Zeke has fell into that thing of being in the committee already, and he was losing his job to Tony Pollard on his way out the door in Dallas.
Right.
One thing that was concerning with me with Zeke as we kept going, I just think they just ran him into the ground is those yards, his average per carry. He averages lowest yards per carry last year, 3.8.
Right.
Alvin Kamara is his own doing, so it's really nothing with that. And to me, Dalvin Cook ain't showed anything besides he just needs to stay healthy. And when he's healthy, goddamn, he's one of our top 10 backs in the league. So, and he's going to a place where the play action will probably be very prevalent. And if he's going to use, so him and Rodgers going to be a great combo. I just think it's funny for him to go play with Rodgers after playing against Rodgers for so long and with Soda. Yeah. So I think Rodgers knows his value. The Jets knows his value, and it's only for a year or 2. He's going to show out because he should have got paid again.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see because we saw what Hackett and Green Bay was able to do with, like, Aaron Jones had some of his best years, and Dalvin obviously similar skill set, maybe not as great catching the ball, but
also
still
a much better
runner overall, and is a much better overall
runner,
elusive.
Yeah,
I like that. I think I would agree with between Zeke and Dalvin for sure. With that being said, obviously Dalvin is.
Wait, who'd you pick?
Jets. I posed the question.
Oh, all right. You're too good for us. I understand. You're right.
You're too good for us.
I would have said Zeke, but I think I was probably swayed.
I just got breaking news
to
though.
Dalvin Cook because I think he's got. What?
I got the #1 draft pick, by the way.
Oh goodness! For the fantasy, that's dope.
Yeah.
Nice. DMC or Jettas. Good luck. So I was thinking with Danny, you swayed me basically. That I think Dalvin has more to gain. It's a bigger year for him because he does.
You're saying Dalvin has more money than Zeke has to lose at this point.
Yeah.
That's
because that's where
I see
that's where it goes anyway too. Because you already saw that. Like, I would say that Dalvin's salary pretty much remained the same. Obviously, they were working through that, so he's getting closer to that $9 million mark. Whereas Zeke, you already saw, all right, he took that cut now, and then the next one's just going to get. Or whatever, once he gets next is just going to be lower and lower. At this point, Dalvin can, in my opinion, has the opportunity to reestablish a bit the running back market, depending on how well he does. So if he again another 1,000-yard season, another maybe, let's say if he improves that on the catch passing portion
Patch
of his
catching.
area.
catching.
Fuck. What? I don't even know what. Yeah, there you go.
You got it. Pass catching. There you go.
Yeah. If he can improve on that, as you guys said, like similar to an Aaron Jones role, but I think he can even flourish in that role and be better than Aaron Jones was. Even though Aaron Jones is better receiving, but I think Dalvin can be on that level because, as you guys stated, better runner in my opinion.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for forcing me into an answer, Dan. I love
You're
that.
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
So what I was going to say was Dalvin joining the Jets, I think makes them a very big favorite to possibly push for a contender of the Super Bowl. So let's get into preseason predictions on division winners. Since I didn't give an answer, apparently, I'm gonna go ahead and ramble mine off. And
Are we gonna go? Do you guys want to go?
Are we going? I said we go
Yeah,
division by division, right? And then just all say our.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to all going just running through our divisions.
Okay, we'll start in the AFC then.
That way we can
actually
debate
let's start in the NFC. AFC's juicier.
Yeah,
NFC?
Yeah, we'll go NFC East, East, West, North, South.
All right.
So I will go NFC East. I'm going with the Eagles. Not juicy.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Although the Cowboys have a chance to.
I think the Cowboys are going to be
because
close.
they made really good pickups on defense.
Yeah, but
and
I think
already crazy ass defense.
Yeah, but the
and
Eagles
they'll have a slightly easier schedule having not finished first.
That's true. That might be the swaying
That's a couple
point.
games right
but
there.
Yeah, that Eagles team is disgusting. And they lost Javon Hargraves, but I don't know if y'all saw that first snap, the one of two snaps that Jalen Carter took. Oh man.
And
who let that happen?
Of him in training camp.
Who let that happen?
Just literally running people over.
Yeah, that's a scary sight. So
I'm actually gonna go with the Eagles in this case. I think that they're gonna come out this year and win.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna, but if they lose it, it's gonna be because of Dak. Make that completely clear.
Hey, I don't even think it's gonna be between Dallas and Philly, Joe.
You think
I think it's between Philly. Yep, I got Phillies and Giants, and I'm taking Philly.
Mid-ass.
I just think it's just because I just think Dak is just he gonna get you yards, but then he's still gonna turn the ball over a lot. So
hey, Dak's fine in the regular season.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Dak in the regular season.
That man was on pace for MVP after
Tony
2.5 games like 2 years ago.
Tony Pollard's about to have
but not. So we'll see. I got the Eagles though.
We all going Eagles? Yeah. Danny, you went Eagles or Cowboys?
I went Cowboys.
Okay. Oh, you went Cowboys.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. NFC West.
I got my Niners. And I
Yeah,
don't particularly think it's going to be that close.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
Yeah,
It's already
that's
not
this is a waste of our time. Niners. It's the
the Seahawks got better too, but they're still.
I think they have maybe right behind Cincinnati for the best receiving core.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
I think it's close.
But the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised though if the Niners I think that they'll probably win 13, 14 games, but I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle reaches that 10 mark at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it like that.
I think Seattle will be in my opinion, like the first wild card.
Well, they also did finish second last year, so they'll be facing second place.
I mean, they'll be the first or second wild card.
Yeah. So, all right, decent.
NFC North,
Detroit.
Nice.
Can't say basketball, but yeah, the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions as well.
Oh my God!
I
know who I'm taking. I know.
Damn, that's crazy.
He just took the Lions in a
the Bears.
That's crazy.
I'm taking the Bears as he has a Justin Fields jerseys on. I'm taking the Bears.
That's crazy.
I just like what we got. I mean,
I love what we got.
Screen passes,
but
baby.
it just ain't realistic right now.
I do, but I just feel like I think it's a little realistic just because, I mean, if it ain't them, it might be Minnesota, but I just feel like Kirk Cousins, I mean, I'm not a big Kirk Cousins fan. I just think he's going to choke. And then I just think Detroit going to choke at the same time. It's just a Detroit thing. And it's a Kirk Cousins thing.
The thing I had again was similar with the NFC East in the sense that Minnesota is going to be playing all the top teams because they won the division last year. Their schedule is a little bit harder than the Lions. Lions finished in third. So, I don't know.
And the Lions.
I think it's that year where the Bears.
Yeah, the Lions also had a lot of one-score games last year too.
They could have easily had 11, 12 wins, bro.
Yeah, they were
at the start of the season when they had I think it was 2 of the first 4 or 3 of the first 5, they had like big leads. And
Yep. And then they
blew
blew
it in the fourth quarter. Their
Mhm.
defense couldn't hold water.
Yeah, so the defense, and for all the reports out of camp are saying that the defense looks good. So
I'm excited to watch Lions games.
yeah,
I'm just
they're a fun team to watch.
Jameer Gibbs, St. Brown. I'm
They
ready
are.
to roll. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah,
Man.
I agree with you too, though. I'm going Detroit as well. I was gonna go with the Vikings.
That would. Be
I think
insane
it'll.
as well.
Yeah,
But that
I
their
just think that
schedule is very hard.
because we don't know yet about that defense. We know the offense is gonna score, but I think Detroit.
But they're
is
losing
the more-
Dalvin too.
Yeah,
Like I know
I mean-
Madison's still there, but
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Dalvin Cook.
It's tough though, but I'll go Detroit. I agree with you guys. I'm gonna go with Detroit. They have all the momentum right
Isaac,
now.
thanks for having the balls to pick.
God.
To stick with your heart.
I'm picking them.
Now who's
I mean, I did
this?
I
Nobody.
did put some
The
money on it.
Saints.
So it's
Nobody's
okay.
winning. It's who's not losing.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I know
Go
who's
ahead.
winning it.
oh,
Go ahead.
oh, okay.
Go
I
ahead.
see.
Tell me again who you think's gonna win.
Oh,
I'm picking
Well, that's
the New
awesome.
Orleans Saints in the NFC
Yeah.
South. And if you don't believe me, go
Okay,
ahead and
okay,
look at their
okay.
schedule.
yeah.
Go ahead and look at their
Yeah.
schedule,
Look at their schedule.
and then tell me again who you think's.
There's
gonna win.
like, that could be a
Titans.
tough game.
In New Orleans.
That's a tough
the
game.
Panthers,
That's a tough
the
game.
Packers, the Bucks in New Orleans, the Texans, the Colts, the Falcons twice.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of the games
Rams.
against tougher opposition are at home.
Come on.
So
Come on.
They'll be fine. I'm going New Orleans with that one as well. I think that
The
New
new
Orleans
Derek
is just
Carr.
the most.
Oh my!
New Orleans
I
is
feel
just
like
the
the
most talented
eyeball out.
team. You're gonna go the Panthers. I already know you.
Their defense too.
Ooh,
Who's going? You want
Who's
Panthers
going
or
Panthers?
Falcons?
No,
You
he's
going
going.
Panthers?
He's going.
neither.
Bucks.
I'm
Baker
going to
Mayfield.
Baker the
Baker
Maker.
Mayfield. Yep.
Baker the Maker.
Yeah.
Baker the
what?
Maker.
Hey, we're always on the same wave.
Make
Maker
me
of
win this
State-
NFC
State Farm.
South.
No, it's not.
I mean, all you're gonna need is like
Yeah,
8
you
wins.
know.
So
Hey, I think they can
I'm
get it,
giving
bro.
New Orleans like 10,
you think?
10, 11.
Yeah.
I think
Derek
they're
Carr
solid.
look good.
Bounce
I mean,
back from AK.
That's well,
Mike
after the
Thomas,
first 3 games.
Chris Olave,
That's true. Mike Thomas, is
Derek
still a
Carr
big
now
fish.
there.
Big ass.
That
Big ass.
defense is still
Cat-
insane.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
you know what?
defense is
I changed my
They were
pick.
good. Yeah,
No, don't change.
forgot
Don't be
about Mike
changing your
Tom-
pick.
They
You
were
be
good,
changing
yeah.
every single
defense-
week. I don't
the
even
defense-
want to
See
hear.
Derek
it.
Carr and Mike Thomas?
yeah.
Dude, they look pretty solid.
Look, I just
Hey, you
need
had
Mike
Mike
Thomas to
like
get on the
that.
field. I just need Mike
Yeah.
Thomas to stay on the field.
He's
That's
playing
all I need
preseason
right now. dude.
games, so
I
like,
know.
obviously,
I just need-
Thomas got
But
ankles like I
that's
got
the
knees,
problem.
bro.
That's one of his 2 for the year.
Yes.
He already
They
redeemed
gotta-
it
they
too
gotta watch
early.
out. He played a couple
So,
seasons.
all right. Yeah, we got that.
Did we?
Okay.
Is that a New Orleans sweep?
Yeah.
No, he got the
No,
Buccaneers
sticking with Tampa.
I went Bucks.
because
He
he
wanted
tried
to stay
changing
with
like he
Danny
do every
Dimes.
week. He do every week when we do something that you got to pick some. Oh, you know what? Y'all make great arguments. I'm gonna switch right
I
now.
stuck with my Bears. I watch them every Sunday. Loyalty.
That's because you're from Chicago. We have no choice.
I don't watch the Bulls like that because they suck.
They are.
We already
So don't tell me
exactly.
Chicago
They're tough
loyalty.
to watch.
They
They're
are.
tough
Don't
to
tell
watch.
me
when you have like
loyalty.
2 hours at the end of your day after work, you can either watch
Bro,
the
I
Bulls
turn on
game
the
or
first
just
2 quarters.
not. You make a business
feel me?
decision. You make a business decision.
I bought
a lot of
League
things.
Pass. I bought League Pass to not watch the Bulls at night. So come on.
Yeah,
So I
there
had
we
more
go.
games to watch. Okay, let's jump over to some much tougher decisions, or at least 2 maybe.
Leave that one
Mm.
last. I feel like this should be last.
Okay, so we'll do the AFC South first.
I'm going with the Jags, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's hard. I think it's
I don't think you're making a statement
Yeah.
there. I don't think you're making a statement there.
yeah. It's
Very, like,
it's you got to go with them. They got all the momentum right now in
Yeah,
the division.
Jacksonville
Everybody
for
else
sure.
is.
Yeah.
But
In Jags. Yes.
Yeah, the other 3 teams are terrible. I mean, Tennessee's the only chance at competing, but
And shout out to CJ Stroud for just fucking me up in this QB thing for playing like shit the first game. Thanks.
yes,
CJ.
he did. Hey, so did Bryce. Bryce was pretty mediocre
It's all right.
as well.
Rookie quarterbacks.
AFC West.
Oh, the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs. I don't think you better
I'm
than
sticking.
Cat in
I'm
a
sticking
position
with
like
the Chiefs
that
as
trash.
well. But that receiving core has me scared a little bit. I think like there's no receiver on that receiving core that had more than like 37. I can't remember if it was like 30 receptions last year.
But you,
That's
Tony,
their
what that
leading. That's
means?
their leading reception guy.
Tony
last year.
already got hurt. Kadarius.
So that is concerning to me.
I still think it's dangerous.
Oh, and there was big news.
What's dangerous?
Big news out of
Patrick Mahomes
Kansas City.
being able to do what he want to do.
They put a tight end on injury
I think
reserve
he can do
today.
it.
I mean, I agree. I'm also going with Kansas City,
Yeah.
but I'm weary of a healthy Chargers team.
That's another
And a
team that
new
low
team
health has
that-
been.
Oh God, if they're healthy, they're
Yeah, but they're one of those teams.
That's literally been
they've-
them like for the last
Yeah.
20 years. It's
That's
That's what I'm
literally
saying.
been
But you
health.
can,
If they
you can
had-
still make the argument every year, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, you
I'm not
could.
gonna not talk about it just because it's the same shit every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Jason
I mean,
That roster arguably
on
is
paper
top 2 to
is-
3 in the league.
Yeah, on paper it's a top 3 roster.
as long as Patrick Mahomes is in that division, I'm going Patrick Mahomes. They're easily going like 14 and
I'm
3.
just concerned
14 and
about the
3.
receivers. That's all I'm concerned
Yeah,
about. Because your number
but-
one is your tight end, that's fine, but your number 2 can't stay healthy. Your number 2 now is Valdez Scantling and Sky Moore.
I like Sky.
Who are you
but
throwing
don't
to?
know
I like
about
Sky.
this,
He'll
though.
be.
I mean, I
He'll
like
be
Tony's
alright.
game, but for the
He'll be
3
alright.
series, he's healthy.
And they got what, Justin Ross.
Yeah.
He'll be all right,
I'm just
man.
saying.
He'll be all right. Chiefs
And the
sweet, baby.
Broncos could have a comeback. They only have one way to go, and that's up.
Well,
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna go with the AFC North.
Mm.
I will go with. I'm gonna go with the Bengals, son.
Ugh, you make me sick.
so yeah, if it was a pre-calf injury, I'm not even hesitating to
Oh,
say
yeah.
the Bengals. But without knowing how much time Burrow's
I
gonna
don't
miss,
even care about the injury, dude.
and we looked ahead at that schedule and some of the games they might have to play, whether it be without him or with him just coming back.
I think I got an
I
addiction.
think
I'm going
I'm
Baltimore.
I
I
think
got-
I'm on.
I got an addiction to piss the people off.
What are you gonna do?
No,
Kenny
He ain't even
Pickett?
going with them.
I'm going to piss.
He's going with
Dude.
Kenny Pickett. He's going Pickett to Pickens again.
Yeah, I'm going
I
Pickens
see.
Pickens this time.
Oh, really?
No,
They're gonna finish 8-8
Who
and
knows?
1. All right. They're not gonna have a losing season again. All right.
Let's go, Mike Tomlin. Allen Robinson. Woo!
I'm going
I'm
Baltimore.
I'm a Christian on this one.
I'm going Baltimore.
I need at
Okay.
least one pick to piss somebody
They
off.
got
this
running
time.
backs.
I need-
Lamar's back. They bolstered the receiving core. Defense is still fucking ridiculous.
It's just with
Honestly.
them. It's the same thing with the Chargers. Same thing is health.
Yeah.
That's what it. In
I
my
mean,
opinion,
yeah,
as long as
but
they
not
stay
as-
healthy.
I don't think to. I mean, they were a win away from the division title.
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
to
Yeah.
like for a division title. Yeah,
Without
I just
Lamar,
think as long as
Half
they're
the
healthy.
Season of Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, dude. What? They probably would have had 12, 13
Are we right now,
wins last
Cleveland?
year
I
with
think
Lamar.
Cleveland decent too, but that's
Cleveland's a dark horse.
Yeah.
I got Cleveland before
Yeah.
I got Pittsburgh.
Same.
But that's just me.
Yeah,
Their ceiling's
did.
higher.
I like
in my
Pickett to
opinion.
Pickens.
we'll see, man.
I
We'll
like
see.
it. I like the man with the glove on his hand.
All right, AFC East.
Sheesh.
AFC East.
All right, one by one. I want to hear this. One by one. One by one.
Mm,
Haven't made my decision yet.
Really?
I'm not going.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going Buffalo.
I'm stuck.
I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'll
I will be.
jump on this here table right now.
What was it?
I will be
What was
going
I'll
with,
jump off that there counter onto this here table right now, boy.
I'm going
We
with
do need this table.
going with the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay, all right. I'm going with the Patriots.
Yo, I'm just about to say that. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm going Jets.
I am
Yeah, I'm going Jets.
I
though.
was between the Bills and the Jets, but I was thinking
Really?
schedule.
Okay.
And I think the Bills are going to have a lot of number ones. Josh Allen's on the cover of Madden, so he's bound to have a stinker.
Mm.
Yeah, but wasn't
Right.
Mahomes on the cover?
Yeah, but he's Pat Mahomes.
He's fucking Josh fucking
Honestly, I tell you, right,
Allen. He's
that's
100
not the
times
thing for me.
cooler
It's
than Pat
Josh,
Mahomes.
it's Josh Allen.
He is
But
worse,
the
but
thing
it's
that
not like
happened
it's
last season-
ridiculous.
It's what happened towards the end of last season, and I don't know if it's just a facade or it was just because of frustration. Stephon Diggs,
Oh, the Stephon.
yeah, the
Injury, bro.
Stephon Diggs blowing up on us. Yeah, the Stephon Diggs blowing up on the sideline like that and trying to wheel people, and then they was trying to that's something ain't sitting with me. I think something brewing now, especially if they don't get off to a hot start like they need to. So I feel like it should be Buffalo, but I'm going New York Jets.
I just
You
think
got
it's going to
Rodgers,
take the Jets
you
a
got
little bit
Cook.
to get.
It probably will. But knowing Aaron Rodgers, they'll get fucking stomped first week, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, they're not gonna be good," and then they'll just look
And
better
it's-
magically
you
out of
know,
nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Rodgers back up, got that dog in him still.
Danny, what the hell is your reasoning?
My reasoning?
Yeah, I didn't know this. Yeah.
Tua's not concussed yet.
Yeah. Tua being completely healthy. And I think
Who's the
that
running back?
huh?
Yes.
Who they running back?
Tua's
don't
left
matter.
arm.
It don't matter who the running back is.
Well, it's the right arm. Left arm's a quarterback.
But I think that when they're fully healthy, and especially when Jalen Ramsey does come back, obviously their defense was kind of hit or miss. They brought in new pieces. They brought in Chubb as well on the defensive side of the ball. I think he's going to be a monster for them, especially on that line there that they have. I think they needed to shore up the corners, which they did with Jalen. Xavier Howard should, fingers crossed, hopefully have a bounce back year, and they're decent in the linebacking core as it is already. So I just think that for them, they're more of the well-rounded team, in my opinion.
See, I disagree. I don't think they're better than Buffalo or New York at anything, except for Tyreek Hill. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Maybe Xavier, but he did finally dip.
Yeah. So I'm glad you answered this one, though. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I had to answer this one.
Yeah.
I had to answer this one. All right, sorry. No, I wasn't answering. Okay, next up. Top 10.
I was going to do the would you rather. So that top 10.
You want to? I thought that. Are you not ready for it yet?
No. I'm never going to be ready for it.
I thought the would you rathers would be last. Okay, so we'll do the would you rathers then. I put up. These aren't blind. I know we normally do them blind, but I did give them the list. It's 5 pairings, 2 sets of quarterbacks, a CB pairing, a receiver pairing, and a running back pairing. A lot of them are pretty comparable players, is kind of what I was going for, or at least are in similar positions
and
at points in their career.
Yeah.
Also, fuck you. Okay.
Sorry.
And that's for one of these.
Oh,
would you rather? Fuck you.
I was like, what'd I do?
Oh, I think I know which one it is.
Oh, probably
the
OSU.
The wide receiver one, yeah,
probably the OSU one where he's not.
Yeah, I don't
clearly
like
not.
I don't like you.
So we're gonna start with fuck, I don't even know. Well, let's go. I'm gonna go running back one because I think that one's decent. I think it's interesting. So I went with would you rather have Jonathan Taylor or Josh Jacobs? And my reasoning behind putting both of them was that I think like Jonathan Taylor kind of had his breakout season last year and then kind of it's a bit of downfall. Like it took, and then Josh Jacobs has been fairly consistent, but then finally had his breakout season.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they've each kind of had breakout seasons. Just curious who you guys would rather have going into this season.
I'm taking one that wasn't a Badger in college.
Oh, wow.
I'm going with
Roll Tide.
I'm going with Josh. Yeah, the Roll Tide running back, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, good pick.
Yeah, I think this one is I think this one is more simpler than
you think about it.
I think this one's it's kind of more simpler as far as like where they're kind of going into. Again, I try and look at it at the grand scheme of everything, but like you said, more so of the consistency on a year-to-year basis. We know what we're getting with Josh Jacobs. But I'll go Josh Jacobs over Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor, to me, like if Josh Jacobs was given the full keys like we saw like majority of the time last season a bit, then he can be easily compared to Jonathan Taylor. But from an overall back point, I'm going to go Josh Jacobs.
Okay. I like that.
This is probably the hardest one for me on this list.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one that was also I found kind of hard, and I'm sure we'll get to that soon. But I'm
just gonna leave it out.
I think in an absolute vacuum,
Jonathan Taylor.
I would take Taylor. But given everything that's going on and their special teams, if I'm buying stock into any player, it's Josh Jacobs right now, as opposed to Jonathan Taylor. So I'll stick with Josh Jacobs for now. But again, I do think Jonathan Taylor's the actual better player. His system and the team doesn't support him in that case. And running backs can't do it all on their own unless they're Derrick Henry.
Roll Tide.
There you go.
That's my answer. Roll Tide.
Yep. You got a sweep there. That's kind of shocking.
Roll Tide. All right. Quarterbacks: Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts.
Lamb Jack.
Who would you rather have?
Lamb Jack. I'm taking Lamar.
You're a good man.
I am actually gonna take. I'm actually gonna take Jalen Hurts over Lamar Jackson.
Interesting.
You make me sick.
So that's where I'm
You
going.
make me sick, Danny boy.
I just think that he's just as equally effective running the ball as Lamar, and then I believe Jalen has a better
for how many
better
years?
arm.
For how many years?
I understand that, but
Since
we said going into this season, right? Just like you said, why do we have to care about what they've done in the past?
You're right.
He wasn't here for last
No,
week.
because somebody sat in somebody sat in this podcast and said they like a resume.
That was me.
Okay.
And I picked the guy with the resume.
Yeah, there you go. He did. He did.
And I'm following him with this resume.
Yeah.
I'm going Lamar Jackson because Lamar's getting better with his arm, and now he got a better receiving core.
Yeah. If they had made a move like Philly made to bring in AJ Brown to support their quarterback, this debate I don't even think there's a half second hesitation from anyone.
Yeah.
But Lamar's had to do it with guys who drop the ball a lot.
Oh, it's been
the route trees were,
and that's where I think the going into the season thing is what also takes me to Lamar.
Yeah,
because going into this season, he has more weapons than he's ever had.
Yeah,
we've seen him,
and he's taken time off too because he was
win a division, win playoff games. I mean, he's done that only once in one season.
Win
playoff game.
Yeah,
with nothing, literally nothing.
Yeah. And like as much as good as
defense, he's done it with a defense,
and as good as their defense is, they're very much a bend but not break defense. They're not stout like the Eagles are, where they're forcing turnovers and
scoring,
3 and outs. Like they are, you're gonna drive down the field a little bit, but normally your field's gonna stall out, or your drive's gonna stall out. You'll maybe get into field goal range.
Like let's be honest. There was time maybe in Lamar's like MVP season, the Eagles' second best player might have been like Justin fucking Tucker.
Oh, the Ravens back
there? You mean the Ravens? You mean
the Ravens? Sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong
might have been Justin Tucker.
I was about to say if they had Justin Tucker on that team as well, holy shit. But okay.
I'm just saying. I'm going Lamar Jackson.
I got you. All right.
You can't throw to Justin Tucker, unfortunately.
All right. CBs.
Now this
going Sauce Gardner or Pat Surtain. So they are a year apart, but like they're probably two of the top 3 corners in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta hear this.
Personally, I'm gonna go with Sauce over Pat Surtain. I'm gonna go with Sauce. I know again it's just 1 year, and it might just be hopping on the bandwagon, but allowed a 54 passer rating, just 46% of his passes were thrown into covers that were caught by their intended receiver. I just think I think it's there. I think it's Darrelle Revis 2.0, but it's a bit better, in my opinion.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isaac, you think both? I know both of y'all thinking pretty hard.
Oh, I mean, I have my answer.
Okay, good man.
And my answer is Sauce.
What?
Let's go.
Pat took a huge leap into his second year, and he went from good pick to elite pick in his second year. But Sauce came out as elite pick, right? And I think this is the time where that 1 year, and I mean, Sauce was historically good last year, and that was his rookie year. So I just think right now, going into the season, I'd rather buy the second year leap from Sauce, but I think Pat's up there as well. I think he's incredibly underrated. When I was actually doing my list earlier,
because nobody throws at him.
Yeah, well, and nobody pays it. Denver was such a nightmare that people only paid attention to Russ and the coaching last year, and the defense kind of got glanced over. How are you
supposed to put up stats when nobody throws at you?
Well, you got to bait him.
How are you supposed to have highlights when
you got to pretend like you got
highlights to have?
You got to pretend like you got beat, then come back and make a play. It's gonna be you got to go play Madden now.
But that's the thing though too, is I feel like it's so much harder with football, and I feel like you could throw baseball in there as well, because you have the top players, but they can instantly have one bad year to where it changes the whole perception of what you actually think of the player. Not saying Pat Surtain had a bad year or anything like that, but I'm just saying that's just what happens. But hey, throw the sauce, baby. Throw the sauce.
Disrespectful. That's the hype train right there. That's all it is.
Huh?
His name's cool.
Hey, look. First, I went with him last year. I'm gonna go with him again this year. I'm feeling saucy. I like Sauce Gardner. When he put that cheese head on in Green Bay, he loved me. He won my heart that day.
Oh God, yeah, because he was definitely guarding somebody real hard in Green Bay. There was a lot of good receivers out in Green Bay.
You know, the Chicago in me just loved that. Okay, so I'm going Saucy.
All right.
To
3-1 there.
Romeo Dobbs real well.
3-1 there.
I'm going Pat Surtain.
Yeah, I figured that one. Roll Tide. It's okay. Roll Tide.
Broncos country.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Into the ground.
Broncos country. Roll Tide.
If we hear that again this year, that's gonna be.
Dude, no,
insane.
I think he's done with that.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's go Trevor Lawrence or Tua Tagovailoa.
Now this was hard to me.
Danielson.
I think this was easy to me. I think it's easy.
Oh God.
Oh, wow,
No,
I think it's Trevor all day. I don't think there's any. I think it's Trevor.
Bro, how is he picking Miami in that division? What is going on?
Hey, you're so
Relax.
You're backwards,
Relax.
Dan.
Just pick Tua over Josh Allen and the Jets.
Yeah,
And
because
Aaron Rodgers.
we're talking about there's a team. We're talking about the teams against the teams, but now we're just picking
that
who
team
we'd
is
rather
not
have.
better than either of those teams.
You just said they're gonna air it out, basically.
Dude, you're insane.
Yeah, but you know what? If I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence or Tua, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the individuals. I'm gonna take Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna take Trevor.
I'm miffed. I'm so miffed off of that.
That's
ridiculous. Okay.
Go Tigers.
Go ahead. Who you grabbing?
This is one of the hard ones for me.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was hard.
This was a hard one for me.
V, I just want to know what you're gonna say so I can smile or I just keep a straight face.
I haven't figured it out yet. I've been thinking on this one for a while. Because like I keep flip-flopping on just
say it. You already know what the right answer is.
Twice to emphasize it.
What?
You know what the right answer is.
To emphasize the energy. It's just one won't do it. No, there's no right answer. This is opinion based. What are you talking about, Danny?
Yeah.
Shoot, you had two conflicting opinions, Danny.
Yeah.
That's what I do best.
Yeah, that's what's killing me. Yeah.
He's not even stumped on the question. He's still stumped on Danny's response.
I pick the Dolphins. Nah, I don't want to.
Picks the Dolphins to win the division. Doesn't grab Tua over T-Law.
I don't want to go next.
All right, I'll go Tua.
Yeah, I mean, we knew you were going Tua, so that's not a surprise here.
Thanks.
I'll
go Tua. I think it's close though. I think it's really close.
It is really
I'm
close.
not trying to
and I
make it seem like clears.
Yeah, it's close to me.
I mean, obviously the best availability or the best
ability is
availability. So T-Law hasn't really missed many
I'll shoot
games.
that.
And he's only gotten better throughout his career.
I think
Tua's been solid throughout his career.
Individually, I'll choose T-Law. I do think the system in Miami is a lot more quarterback friendly. 100%. And I think that helped him out a lot and it brought out the best in him. But I think if you put T-Law in that system, you're going to see something disgusting too. Even possibly more so.
So I think Tua's a better overall thrower. I think that system fits him really well.
Yeah, I mean, he is a very much a throwing.
He's a gunslinger, man.
Okay.
But I'm going to take T-Law by a lock.
My boy.
I got mine. I got it. I think T-Law did some really well with less than what Tua had. And he gets another. I wish this question was asked coming into like the following season because now he gets Calvin Ridley added to the mix.
Roll Tide.
I'm gonna go.
Tis the season.
You're making me not excited.
I'm gonna go with the season. I'm taking the Clemson Tiger, Trevor Lawrence, because I felt like he did a lot last year. Got Duval into the playoffs last year. I just think Tua got to stay healthy first before I truly take him. I want to take Tua, but
I'm fine with either response. I have no rebuttal for either response because I think both guys
and Tua and T-Law
poised for big years.
Career.
Yeah.
So that boy couldn't catch a cold. before going down to
He could-
Jacksonville.
I can't even catch
He could
cold.
catch a
I
Trevor
can't.
Lawrence ball, boy.
I'm just recovering from.
I can catch a lot of things, but a cold ain't one of them.
I catch colds like it's nobody's business.
Okay, last one, Isaac. This one's just for you. Got a couple of Ohio State
Once again, skip you.
standouts. We're gonna go with
I don't want to do this.
This was the
Chris
easiest one.
Olave or Garrett Wilson. Do you want to throw Marvin Harrison Jr. in there now? Because you know he's gonna be.
This
better
is
than
hurting my
both.
heart and all.
That would make this question
That's-
harder than it is right now.
Let's cut that off. Cut that off.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
already hard.
Second year guy.
It's
So
already hard.
you
Boys
think
for
it's
big
a hard
years.
question?
I think so.
Really?
I mean,
believe
hard,
so.
no, but
Yeah.
Going into this season,
I think Chris Olave's still got a good chance, man.
he's a great player.
His
Don't
numbers
get
were
me
there.
wrong.
He put up 1,000 yards.
He
with
did.
Fucking,
I know.
Andy
who-
Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
And Jameis Winston.
That James, yeah.
Okay,
And one
well,
game of Ian Book. But let's
Yeah.
not talk about that because that cost me the fantasy. That cost me
I'm
the
just
fantasy
saying.
playoffs.
I think you're sleeping on Chris Olave.
No, I'm
Chris
just
Olave doesn't
primed.
get to be trained by Sauce.
I'm just
line up against Sauce.
I'm just
Gardner.
primed on what's to come
Right.
here with this Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson connection that's coming this season.
I mean, yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. That's a
That shit cold as hell. That shit's so cold.
come on. We'll do that. Hey, we'll do that next week.
Bro, that shit's cold as hell.
But no, I
Put it
will.
off on Dave's shoulder.
I'm gonna go with it's tough because they both had unusual quarterback situations, even though I think we would all agree that New Orleans quarterbacks last year were better, obviously.
Then
Name
Zach
wise.
Wilson, it's not hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm stuck in the fact that like Garrett Wilson was definitely very good, but he didn't do anything outstanding either. You know what I'm saying?
But that's where I'm going at is neither of them had the most ideal situation with the quarterback rotation and what they were trying to accomplish, especially the Jets having that bad of an offense that they couldn't, well, not that bad of an offense, that bad of a quarterback that they couldn't do anything. But I'm going to go with Chris Olave because at least to me, he showed more versatility in that he can actually do
A
more.
little bit more consistency as well.
Yeah, that he can
I want y'all
actually
to
do
remember
more
what
with
it
more of a
looked like
move.
when Flacco was starting.
Because I mean,
New York.
if I'm being honest, they finished 1-2 in the Rookie of the Year votings, but Brees Hall healthy wins the
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
like
100%.
Garrett Wilson's not even the best rookie or player on his team.
Mhm.
If Brees Hall's still
100%.
healthy.
But you got to remember also what the numbers looked like when Joe Flacco was leading the team here. Like that, if Joe Flacco starts all
Yeah, but
17,
Joe Flacco's not going to do that for fucking 17 games.
well, yeah. But if
You
he
probably
started
saw
all
the best
17,
Joe Flacco games.
to
You know,
Yeah.
it was only downhill after
be fair, that was better than his
He
2010
was
season.
also
Yeah.
Like
he was also force feeding. See who
Exactly.
the best player was.
But I don't think I don't
okay.
think it's that much of a discussion, to be honest. I think in this case it's Chris Olave over Garrett Wilson.
Oh.
You always got to throw some bold words in there. Like I don't think there's much of a discussion.
Or this one's easy.
What is we doing right now?
This one's easy.
We're discussing. I'm going Garrett Wilson.
Oh.
I think similar to Vitor's point, I think going into this year, he's poised and primed for
Just tell me who you've been eyeing in your fantasy draft
Justin
and
Jefferson.
who's
type.
been creeping up to
Right.
the second, third round.
You're looking at the 2-3 turn. Are you grabbing Chris Olave or you hoping Garrett Wilson falls there? Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Garrett Wilson's poised for 1,500 plus.
Yeah.
You know,
It's more so
Getting
of
close
like
to
knowing that Garrett
80,
Wilson's going to
90,
be
100 receptions.
yeah, that's where I'm going. It's like this year it's kind of more so you're looking at the situation what it can be for Garrett Wilson with instead of like where you're looking at with Chris Olave, you know that he's probably
I think you get
replicate that
another
with Garrett.
year of his rookie year with Chris Olave, whereas you get a massive second year.
Yeah,
leap.
and I mean,
You just get a big ass
realistically,
jump.
too. You might be seeing a bit of regression in the numbers from Olave, depending on the health of Mike Thomas and what the scheme actually looks like down
I
there.
think because of the upgrade with that quarterback, they'll be fine.
Yeah, but
They'll be
I think
similar,
their arms
but I would expect
arms
I would
well.
like Vitor said, I think you can still expect like a bit of a jump off depending on what their receiving core actually does and if Mike Thomas stays healthy. So I do agree with either statement. So
I mean, fuck it. When Mike Thomas is not healthy and he's still the number one, maybe you get a leap in numbers.
yeah.
He's a
Never know.
Buckeye too.
He is a Buckeye. He is a Buckeye.
You want to add him to the debate?
That's crazy.
No,
Buckeye.
we're okay.
What are we,
I
I
think
mean,
I made my
I almost
decision
said
finally.
Terry McLaurin as well, but I mean, apples and oranges, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't do that to me. I'm tired of you right now. My heart's hurting. I'm going Garrett Wilson.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Finally.
Now, reason why
Come on.
he's gone.
Screw you, Dan.
He did so much last year with some real, to me. I mean, all these quarterbacks were just straight up trash to me. No matter who it was, but you still got 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns, 83 catches.
Hey, Mike White,
That's
though?
10 more catches than Olave. Mike White was getting him the ball.
I'm just saying, healthy Mike White.
And then, but to me, Garrett Wilson, with Garrett Wilson being able to have an Aaron Rodgers on his side, he's going to blossom even more and get a little bit more understanding at the wide receiver position due to the fact Aaron Rodgers worked with probably one of the best receivers in the game throughout his time was Devontae Adams. So you're going to see a lot of little bit like that audibles they used to have with each other.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams and like Aaron Rodgers, that unspoken connection a little bit. But Garrett Wilson understands what he can do, but being able to go against Sauce every day to sharpen your stuff, get ready each day, each week, week in and week out, you're going to get better and better. And most of his catches are past first downs, 56 catches on first downs compared to 44 for like Chris Olave. I'm taking it. That just bit me. That hurt me a little bit. So I was a big Olave.
I know I did. I know you are. That's why I did it.
But oh God.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna have some more for you too. Okay, top 10 defensive players. Are you ready yet?
Ready as I'll ever
be. We're only 4 segments in. So
ready as I'll ever be.
You gotta be ready. Okay. Who wants to go first? Does anyone want to go first? Does anyone? So you don't necessarily have to put. You don't have to necessarily put them in order.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's where I was going because I was like,
unless you really want to.
Thank God.
But like everyone on the D line should be in your top 5 or 6. That's what I'll say.
I'll go first. I'll do that.
Okay, let's see.
Again, in no order for me because I felt like it was it's like too hard and it's just like you really don't know what you're getting.
Mention too.
Or
3 or 5.
So first one I'm just gonna name. I'm just gonna go based off of edge, linebacker, and then cornerback. So I'll be going with Myles Garrett. There's one of my main ones there.
How's that first name out your mouth? That's insane.
It's just how I had him. Here on my list. All right. Myles Garrett there. But if we're gonna actually put them in order, I'm gonna go with Nick Bosa.
Thank you.
So I'll do Nick Bosa. I'll do Micah Parsons, and then I'll do Myles Garrett. Okay. Now it's no order.
I know, but
there's a certain younger brother missed
it. And then I'll go Joey, and then I'll go TJ Watt.
There you go.
All right. So I got 5. Yeah, I got 5 there. And then I'm gonna give up.
Joey didn't make the list.
I'm gonna give off some linebackers. So then for my linebackers, I'm gonna go Fred Warner.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it like that.
So that was
Danny?
6.
Okay. The top 10.
And then
he went by position groups.
Yeah. So the next one here, I'm gonna go with to round out my linebackers. I only got 2. I'm gonna go with Roquan Smith.
He was also close.
Yeah. And then to round out the last 3, I'll be going with Sauce. I'm gonna go with Darius Slay. And then I'm gonna go with Stephon Gilmore, rounding out all the 10 players I believe.
That's respect on those last 2.
Yeah.
That's resume.
Okay, I'll give you respect.
That's resume.
That is resume.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going with it. But those are my 10 players.
Like tried and true linebackers.
Yeah, I have one on my.
I left all the LBs out. I mean, unless you consider Micah Parsons one. Yeah, Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
First name out of everybody's mouth.
Pay that man.
TJ Watt.
Okay.
Aaron Donald.
Okay.
I went Chris Jones after the year he had last year. Also, pay that man, or else the Chiefs are really not winning the division. I then went Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, a lot of defensive linemen. And then I went Jalen Ramsey, Pat Surtain, and Sauce Gardner. I do have honorable mentions of Jair Alexander, Derwin James, and Roquan Smith, and Fred Warner.
Okay.
For me, those 2 are fairly interchangeable.
Okay.
Hey,
You need me to go, Fee?
No, I mean, since we're not doing it in like a specific order, I'm okay. It was the specific order that was really killing me.
Is pretty easy.
Yeah. So
I actually feel kind of bad. I don't got a lot of defensive linemen in my shit.
That's crazy. I have mostly
D linemen in mind.
What?
I think they influence the game. They rack up a lot.
Hey, I don't have a lot of them. I don't have a lot. I got a good chunk, but I don't have a lot.
That's okay.
So are you going or am I going?
Yeah, who's going? Because I kind of want to. Oh, okay.
So obviously we got Nick Bosa.
Fuck up.
We got TJ Watt, Aaron Donald, Chris Jones, Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Standard guys, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I got Max Crosby in there. I think he's criminally underrated by the fans and a little bit overrated by the analysts. Who kind of shove him into that top.
Yeah, he sits in. I think he sits right where
he gets put into that top pass rusher debate a lot more than I think he should be. And then I put Sauce in there. Jalen Ramsey. That's a bit of resume, but that star role that LA had him in, he looked different. And then the player very similar to Ramsey in that star role. Rounding out my list here is Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Oh,
I think do it all guy. Really like his game. I don't know if he's sad that I put him on or it's sad that he left him off.
Probably because he left him off.
That's another one of his guys.
That's one of my favorite players in the league.
And then my honorable mention, number 1 is the best linebacker in the league, and it's not close.
Oh, that's
Fred Warner. And then I got Derwin and Pat Surtain.
I just think that there's so many defensive players that it's really interchangeable.
Their roles are so different in regards to and their impact. I just think that defensive linemen have the most direct impact on football, both being the first line defense against the run and against the pass. So that's why they all kind of get those spots here. But yeah, honorable mentions of Fred, Derwin James, and Pat Surtain.
I'm scared to go.
Yeah, because we're gonna tear that fucking. We're gonna tear that list apart. That's why.
Okay, I got Nick Bosa first.
Yeah.
I went Joey. I got Micah Parsons. I got Myles Garrett. Okay. I went Sauce Gardner. I went Jalen Ramsey. I went Roquan Smith. I went Minkah Fitzpatrick.
I'm just saying, y'all can't hear him breathe in disappointment about it. It's real funny over here.
Because it's a lot of people I literally was not thinking about when I made this list.
No, he's just disappointed in himself for leaving Minkah
off. I got Tariq Wooten.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Byard.
That's a good one.
That's a great.
Derwin James.
He's criminally underrated.
Yeah.
I think that's 9. Oh, yeah, I put Joey Bosa as my 10th. And then my honorable mention was Patrick Peterson, because he's just consistent for me, and Justin Simmons.
What year is this? Patrick Peterson's still consistent. We in 2019 again? What's going on?
I went off the numbers. For him a little bit. I'll take it. But outside of that, yeah, that's why I left a lot of the D linemen off though.
This man looks like he just went through the heartbreak.
Hey, careful with that.
Because I was in here literally thinking about like Aaron Donald. I still don't know about Max Crosby, bro.
I can't believe you put Roquan but not Fred on your list, man.
You know, after you said it, it was just too late to just change it at this rate. And then he said I've been flip-flopping a lot. So I was just like, I'll stick to my guns. It's okay. I lost a lot of people. It's okay. I'm gonna get cooked in the comments. Let's keep the streak.
Oh, dude, someone's gonna be like, you don't have the second string D tackle from the Browns on your top 10. What the fuck? He had the most blah 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 per play. Shut the fuck up, bro.
You don't got big play select.
That guy in the comments, shut the fuck up.
All right, I'm moving on. I don't even want to. Honestly, I want to stop recording. I feel so bad. Holy fuck. Okay, NBA. We're going NBA. We're talking James Harden.
I think this is I think this
Go ahead. Somebody has to
So,
choose that, man.
James Harden, is officially.
delusional.
Well, I guess we'll start from this point. They
James Harden is delusional.
well, I guess we'll start from the
strictly
beginning.
delusional.
The Sixers said they pulled out of all trade talks, and said that they're going to plan on hanging on to him, bring him back for training camp, and run it back. And then Harden came out and called Daryl Morey a liar, and that he'll never play for a Daryl Morey team ever again.
That's messy.
Now, yeah,
Very messy.
this went from like, okay, he wants out again. It's James Harden. Now it got real messy. And they're gonna have to make a decision here.
This
the
is
Sixers.
The thing is, though, I'm actually on the side here of Harden, and not the way that he did it, like literally calling this man a liar, but I'm more so on the way of believing probably what he was told or what was going to happen, and then obviously it didn't, or he wasn't fulfilled the truth of what he was told. I mean, if you look at it, I saw this one thing earlier on Facebook. It was where that James Harden took a pay cut, and all this other stuff, that you couldn't call him a selfish player. But one, I don't agree with that, but I think he's done a lot of things to try and repair his image in a way, especially in this latter part of his career, becoming a playmaker last year for Joel Embiid and all that as well. But the way that everything is turning, I would blame Daryl Morey.
I think he's raising his hand.
No, I know. I'm blaming Daryl Morey for this situation more so than I'm blaming James Harden for him wanting out.
I just got a question for you. Do you think he's a max contract type of player?
No. That's the part where he is delusional, is that him wanting the max, because he did want the short, probably a 3-year short-term max contract. That's where he's delusional. That's where I'm not on his side. But for everything else of what he probably was told, that, hey, we'll work out this trade with you, accept your player option, things of that nature, so that way we can facilitate that, and then not having it come to fruition, is on Daryl Morey. But he is not a max contract player. I don't care what anybody says. That is not a max contract player.
To me, that's the issue of why he can't be moved. He wants a long-term max contract. He's not that no more to me. Like,
but the thing is,
Freddie can get 3 years, 100 and whatever he got.
100, yeah.
But that hurts a lot of
the.
A lot of what, to me, it's a lot of places where the teams are at currently right now.
Yeah. There's not teams. The teams with cap space to sign him are not going to be able to
you don't need
give
to
him what he wants.
Dropping like that, give him what he wants. To me, if you're trying to really win a title, his best bet was to go back and he already took the qualifier. Just go back. You still got an MVP. Well, you're forming where the reigning MVP coming with you. You still got a chance to make Maxey and them better. Bro, I give him credit. He still has averaged a double-double the last 5 seasons. Give him that. Okay, I'll give him that. But to be demanding that max contract still, or even, I don't care if it's short-term, long-term, now it's, to me, he needs to take it. To me, 35.54 minutes is not a pay cut.
Now I got a question for all of you, though. Obviously, we know that he wants the max contract money, but is it his fault that Daryl Morey is trying to get a hella bag for him? That's what I believe is coming down to.
Well, so reportedly, there was actually never any active trade talks with the Clippers either.
No, yeah.
I don't know how true that report was, but there was a report that came out that said they actually never engaged in trade talks with the Clippers. They were just using that as, oh, look, we're trying to appease James and get him out of here. Oh, but we couldn't agree on the deal. So I think that's where this Daryl Morey's a liar thing comes from as well, is that it seems like whatever's going on the back end over there in Philadelphia is, it seems like we don't know what's real and what's not.
No, yeah. And everything's going to be fabricated to a certain everything's going to be fabricated to a certain extent. But either way, if you really wanted to accommodate James Harden being traded, the Clippers could have facilitated that, and they didn't have to give up Terrence Mann. You could have just been like, you know what, we're going to bite it. We're going to get role players, Joel and Tyrese. Now this is your team, and hopefully Tobias steps up as that third piece, like he should have been, with this team. But
I think with that question, I think when Joel came out and said, "I'll win a title, it doesn't have to be in Philly," I think that's what this all draws down to. So to say you're going to bite a bullet, yes, you were going to trade James. and he probably was going to lose Embiid next. That's what it was about to happen. And I think that's a whole type of risk that they was running into. So like, be like, all right, I don't lose Terrence Mann, but now I'm not going to get anything back in response besides some damn draft picks. Was going to piss Joel Embiid off. And Joel Embiid was going to probably try to walk. And that's the thing. Like, I think that's that was going to happen. With two guys with their egos, not I'm going to say egos in a sense, but like two guys who believe in themselves that much. Yes, that's where it was going to hit. I don't think it had anything to do with that, with him trying to command that type of money, or it's not anybody he's trying to force them to pay that bag for them. No.
Yeah.
I think it's just I'm trying to save who I got on my team.
Yeah. Regardless, though, Daryl Morey is one of the most overrated. He's one of the most overrated GMs in my opinion as well.
They were a Chris Paul hamstring away from a finals appearance.
He's overrated. Woo. They weren't going to win anyway, but
probably not.
But no, he's overrated.
Also, so I saw this. This is kind of related, but a little bit of a tangent. Do you guys know how old Terrence Mann is right now?
27.
Yeah, 27.
He's 26. He'll be turning 27 before the season starts.
Hey, gang.
And I feel like he's kind of treated as this like young, promising asset in trade talks with the Clippers. Right, every time they don't want to give up on Terrence Mann, and every team wants Terrence Mann. That's the deal breaker. Since what is it? A guy who's gonna be 27 when the season starts, who's a role player, being treated like this like young prospect. Like is it not very strange?
I think it's just because that other team, like, he's perfect in his, again, it's a role thing because he's perfect in his role for what he can do for the Clippers. And I think it's kind of
ball handling wing.
Yeah. But I just think it's that when it's other teams on the outside looking in, that's what they're expecting plus more. But it's the same thing when we talk about these role players that flourish with these teams, is that they go to a different team, they're not going to have that same type of impact. Terrence Mann on another team does not make the same type of impact, in my opinion, as he does on the Clippers. Like, we maybe could have said the same thing. I was even on that train about maybe like an Austin Reeves, that he would still maybe make an impact in San Antonio based off of the coach because of Greg Popovich, but put him on like a bad team, on like a Charlotte, put him on a middling team, like maybe like a Washington with like a Brad Beal or something like that, or Orlando, Chicago. But he's not gonna make the same type of impact. But it's just because those outside teams looking in, they're like gushing over the potential of what they could have and still seeing him as this prospect that there could be more. It's just not the case. Like, that's what he is, but it's only because of Tyronn Lue.
I ain't gonna say that much. I'm not gonna go that far with that one, but I think he doesn't deserve this much attention. Like, he's being treated like a young prospect. He's a dirty work type of guy to me. Like, I do all the dirty things. You can go do the dirty things no matter what, just to how you play. Like, he gonna guard because his pride.
I like
he gonna get on the floor for loose ball. He's gonna get on the floor for loose ball. He gonna get on the floor.
After the conversation, before we started recording this.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, this is kind of wild. And then he's gonna shoot the three pretty well. That's a decent thing.
Those are my favorite type of players.
You could do that anywhere. It's not a system thing. It's not like he freeing himself up coming up the screen.
So if he's playing in Charlotte for Steve Clifford, he's that type. He's that type player still. He's that type of player, but he's not making the same impact as he is right now. There's no.
I think he only making an impact just because it's the Clippers, and he's still playing around a Kawhi. He's still gonna make an impact for Charlotte.
But who's entrusting him to make those plays?
He's still gonna make those plays.
Who's entrusting him to make those plays right now? That people, the outside team
would trust him.
Thank you. Okay, then no other coach is gonna do that.
But other teams trying to trade for him, so obviously they trust him too. Damn.
Yeah, until they see how shit he is.
I mean, you shoot 38% from three, and you just got to play defense. I think it's lit to me. I don't think he deserves as much attention.
Shit is not the word here. Oh man,
you guys okay?
I'm sorry. No.
Make that a clip.
You You guys good?
Really
The best
crying.
part is we wheel off and we were crying, and these two heatedly debating Terrence
Yeah.
Mann.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Let's get into this. Let's get into this MVP.
This is
Um,
a great debate. Danny has something for this. Before we move on, I want to apologize to Minka Fitzpatrick as well. I needed to clear.
And I want to apologize on behalf of Danny to Terrence
I'm
Mann.
stuck on this.
Are not shit. That was outrageous.
I needed that segment to clear my head about Minka Fitzpatrick.
God,
Outright
crazy, though.
disrespect.
I
to
mean,
him.
we
I'm
don't-
gonna get his jersey.
It's
I'm
hustle.
gonna get his
You can
jersey.
make hustle plays wherever, bro.
Oh, look.
It might
That
not
was
be the
too
same
easy.
impact for a losing ass squad, but it's the same impact though.
All right.
Nah.
So we're halfway through
He said
August.
nah.
We got about a month and a half left
That's
left for
Me and you
the.
playing together, Danny.
Okay.
You do the dirty shit. Oh,
You're Terrence Mann, Danny.
to any team, Dan.
You're Terrence Mann.
I can put your ass anywhere, Danny. You gonna still do the same
Danny's-
shit.
Danny's Chris
Defense
Paul.
and shoot a three.
I'm dirty, Danny.
You feel me? You feel me?
Hey.
Like
Hey,
You act like
Caban,
this
he
nigga
ain't
was- he ain't
Caban,
often-
he ain't seen me in the field house, baby. He ain't seen me in the field house.
Hey, I played pretty well last time I just played.
You did.
you know, we're not finna get off topic because I ain't gonna say you trash.
Let's
but I
get
ain't
into
gonna
the
say
let's get into this MVP, bro. Let's get into
Gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
Got MLB.
Yeah.
I got an honest debate. This popped in my head yesterday
Ooh,
just
shit.
because I was looking through.
That's
Pretty sure
good.
was it? I think it was 2 days ago. Freddie Freeman had like a 0 for 5 night. It's like freaking first time in forever.
Mhm.
But I was looking at his numbers,
Yeah.
and I think we were talking about it on Saturday night.
Mhm.
Dude's been batting. It was a crazy stat. I looked at Vitor. I was like, man, you know, Freddie Freeman's been batting 320 since. And then I like paused, and he like glanced up, and I was like, since like June of 2020, and like
Yeah.
300. He's batting 320 for the last 3 years. But I was honest debate on who we should really have as the MVP now for the National League.
Year was a 300 in 2021.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like 295. Like
So I'm just kind of curious, at what point are we going to keep robbing Freddie Freeman of another MVP?
the second guys stop doing historic shit around him.
I mean, was Goldie that much better?
No, that one
Is Acuna really that much better right now?
So that I would argue that his value
What
on the
whose
base
value?
Whoa,
Acuna's
whoa, whoa.
The
on
leading
bases.
home run and RBI guys on his team.
Yeah, but
The
talking about
leading
on the
strikeout
bases.
guys on his team.
The only thing
He's
that
not
he
even
the
their
only
best
thing
pitcher.
the only thing Acuna has over Freeman is speed.
Which I think Freddie's got like
Yeah.
10 bags, 15 bags stolen.
Yeah.
Freddie's got a decent amount of bags stolen, man.
Yeah,
Freddie's
he has
not no
16
slouch.
he has 16 this year.
And Freddie only got caught stealing once.
The thing is too is that so home runs, Freddie's at 23, Acuna's at 26.
Right.
You got your
27, he just
RBI.
hit one tonight.
You got your RBIs, so he'll probably be a 84, 85 for Freeman. Acuna is at 71, and then hits are pretty much the same. So 160, we'll call that. Runs are pretty much the same as well, within 5 of each other as well. And at bats are within 5 or 6 of each other. But if you look at it, you like we even talked about, I don't remember exactly when we talked about it. It might have been a couple episodes ago when I was on, was that if you took Acuna off that team, that lineup from top to bottom is still
It's
one of the
still
most feared
stacked.
It's still one of the most feared lineups in baseball. You take out Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers.
It's like when
That's-
it's like the Astros pulling out Jordan. It's like the the Yankees losing Aaron Judge.
Yep.
I think it's
Yeah.
worse.
yeah,
Yes.
Acuna
Yeah.
also has more walks, less strikeouts,
He
and
definitely has more walks.
yeah, more walks, less
More walks.
strikeouts,
But as
And-
as a frequent
40
Ronald
more
Acuna
steals.
betting.
But I mean, you're looking at
bases and 2 walks.
you're looking at 10 more though.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
It's
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean? Basically in baseball, I mean, those are still similar.
And that's I
stats.
think because that's kind of where I was getting at, was that the stats for both of them are
Mhm.
so close.
Yeah,
Yes.
That it's like, who do you give the nod to? The guy who's doing more on a I mean, I say worse team,
Yeah.
but or the
Honestly,
team that's the best player on a stacked ass team. But like again, Matt Olson's making a case for best player.
That was my surprise, was that I think Matt Olson should be more in the MVP conversation.
Okay, I
than
agree.
what he is.
I agree.
Because I mean, he's just raking this year.
619.
I mean, Cody
slugging
Bellinger should be up
percentage.
there too.
Yeah,
with what
yeah.
he's done the last 2 months.
But I think with Matt Olson's, it's
Yeah,
obviously
man.
from the year to now type of ordeal. I mean, I would like to include Bellinger,
619.
but yeah.
And because his slugging is so high, his OPS is over 1,000. Or over 1 if you want to be technical.
Yeah.
Acuna's just under a 1 at a .999.
But either way,
Acuna
I don't
has
think
a whole 1.0 WAR more over Freddie. So, and I think that, I mean, baseball is a very stat analytic based sport, and I think if it comes down to it, like that, if you look at the base numbers are all like so close, I think the steals and the WAR really tip the scales towards Acuna there. And I know baseball voters love WAR.
And the thing is too, with like, I would say with at least like these three players, I feel like there's really no wrong answer of who can be like robbed in a case, because they're all doing it one way or another.
I think Olsen would be a little bit of a robbery to the other two. And it's no,
he'd be a reach. He'd be a reach. Yeah, he'd be a reach.
No discredit to him. It's just these other two are.
What if he keeps it up?
Then I think you have
home runs and drives in 140, 150.
Then I think honestly you would have to probably put him. I would say you have to put him at least over Freddie. I would say that. Or I'm sorry, not Freddie. Acuna. You have to put. Okay. You have to put him over Acuna.
20 RBIs.
Yeah, you have to put him over
25 stolen bases.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing this as a 6'5" first baseman. I don't know.
But I would say though, I would say Olsen though has to replace probably Acuna if the production still keeps up and like you said, finishes with the 60 mark and probably like 140, 150 RBIs the way he's going.
That's stupid, dude.
Yeah. Because obviously Acuna,
we just gave it to Aaron Judge for doing that last year.
And Acuna being the leadoff hitter for this team, obviously he's not going to get that many opportunities of having people on base because he gets on base a lot, obviously. Yeah. And Matt Olson is taking advantage of that. But it's just, to me, that's what it would be, is that Matt Olson over Acuna. And then I would say if Freddie still keeps this up, then Freddie would deserve it, depending on what happens. But
Freddie's
it's tough. Yeah. It's just the consistency that he's done, especially when he's been healthy. Like 158 hits last year, 339. 199 hits in 2022, 325. 120 hits, a little bit of obviously his down year, 300 with the Braves. Shortened season, 51 hits, but a 341 average. 176 hits in 2019, 191 2018. It's just the numbers have always been there. I just think it's more so of like that. It's just he's so damn good. Like we talked about, I think with Mookie when we were doing some debate on Mookie Betts. It was just because of his numbers are down, but it's just because of what we expect.
Yeah, bro. His MVP was the freaking COVID season MVP.
Yeah.
At least he has one though. Yeah, a lot of players who probably deserve one that can't say that. So
he deserves one.
But you can't go wrong either way, in my opinion. So
I'm picking Freddie. Freddie is my choice at the moment.
Okay.
I think also what also is an argument too is how set in stone we were like 2 months ago or a month and a half ago on Ronald Acuna's MVP.
Yeah.
And there's nobody taking him over, and yet Freddie Freeman has closed the gap week after week after week, and in my opinion has basically kind of leapfrogged him a little bit. I think so.
Yeah. There's no wrong answer,
like
though.
You said, his own teammate is even closing the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Acuna's still only 25 too.
Correct.
That is nuts.
Freddie's in his 10th year. Or 11th. I think this is
I just think when you put that in port, like how we just broke down the importance of a Freddie Freeman on his team. I think, and he still got his game still rising this season with the Dodgers. If you take him off this season, the Dodgers struggle. I feel like if you take Acuna off, Matt Olson can save them. You take Matt Olson
Riley,
off,
Ozzie Albies,
Michael
Harris.
But are you punishing a player for having good teammates in baseball, right? Because again, baseball is a sport where you don't. Well, when you overall doesn't really impact the MVP too much. So are we punishing him for having good teammates? Because
So for me, I think about it I think my mindset is a little bit like how I think about it's kind of effed up because I think about it in the MVP and the NBA in a sense. I think about who's the most valuable player to that team.
Yeah.
Like if I could take you off the floor or off the field, how is my team gonna do without you? Right. If you take, like we just said, if you take one of these two guys off the field or off the field for the Atlanta Braves, the Braves are still okay.
I mean, they won a fucking World Series without him.
And so if you take,
granted, he's massively better now than he was.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman's in year 14 as well, by the way.
14,
and he's still being Mr. Consistent.
Versus year 5.
Damn,
he started in 2010.
Yeah, 2010, 12 seasons.
12
seasons with the Braves and his second season with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
20 years old. That's crazy. He was a young buck. Young buck.
There's no wrong answers though, man. There's no wrong answers. So
I think at this point, if we're being realistic, I think Freddie would have to go on a bit of a home run tear to really have people make that switch.
I don't really think he would need to go on a home because
I think as of right now, just with I think Acuna was such the overwhelming favorite for so long that for him to be dethroned is going to take a lot more than it's kind of like with like an Ohtani as well, right? Like they do things at such a high level and they've created such a gap at some point, at least during the season, that for anybody to overtake them in the awards ceremony in awards, Ohtani doesn't count because he's broken. He goes on a week-long home run list streak and still brings up his average a point. And so I mean he's a different animal. But like these guys, like I think narratively, right, when you're talking about voting and awards, people make up their minds pretty easily. And because he created such a gap earlier on in the year, I think Acuna is still, in many people's eyes, head and shoulders above the rest of the crowd. And even though Freddie's numbers say, hey, it should be neck and neck.
Don't vote.
Yeah, but I don't think the writers care, because we've seen writers are also not necessarily the most qualified people either.
I think Freddie's got a lot more traction than you think.
But
all right, Dan.
Yeah, I think Ronald.
Go ahead, Dan.
Let's round it out, boys. No, but thank you all for
because I can't do this part.
Thank you all again. For tuning in with us here for episode number 58. Shout out Messi, scored in all of their games so far, 6 for 6 in games. Yeah,
9 goals in
6 games.
Or drawn.
Never lost. Never lost. But thank y'all again for tuning in. And checking out the videos on TikTok, Instagram, as well. If y'all want to send us some gifts for our Instagram videos, we'll be more than happy to accept that, even if it's 1 cent. But if you want to give us $100, something like that, we'll give you a shout out.
You'll get a shout out here. You'll be posted, official part of the We Got Action family.
But if you guys want to do that, that'd be immensely helpful. But thank you all again for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we'll have all 4 of us again. CC, what you got?
Keep doing dirty things, man.
Keep doing dirty things. Dirty damn. But thank y'all again for tuning in. And then we'll see y'all next week. Have a good rest of the week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Later.